Hello, physical science classmates and Dr. David Scaperoth, instructor David Scaperoth. My name is Chris Knipp, and I'm doing my final environmental current event post for Physical Science 152, Fall 2010, and it comes from a website, about.com. The title of the article is Readers Respond, What Will Be the Top Environmental Issues in the 21st Century by Larry West. And some of the readers had different responses. Some of them talked about waste management. Waste management, they say the challenge is quick identification of waste generated, economic reduction, efficient collection and handling, optimal reuse and recycling, effective disposal of waste, leaving no environmental problems. Another problem identified by a reader was ocean life. Protecting our ocean life and creating sensible policies for fisheries will be a huge challenge in the future for our environment. Chemical waste dumping of nuclear residues could be an issue, especially if we grow more dependent on nuclear energy. Disturbances in the ecosystem they first see being a problem. The disruption of the food chain and fragile ecosystems are the top issues of 2000 until now. If we disturb a link, every balance could be lost. Seawater intrusion is a possible environmental issue that could be affecting us in different ways. Seawater intrusion, it's the movement of seawater towards the inland, and it pollutes fresh water, which could damage humans and the animals, the fish. Another problem is global warming, which is a popular hot topic, and the effects of climate change. Water is just an issue in years to come. The lack of clean drinking water around the world. And some say that overpopulation can be a future environmental issue that we'll have to deal with. Overpopulation, they say, will be a major issue that'll come with pollution, unsafe water, food shortages, and stuff like that. My personal view and my stance on some of these environmental issues that we have is a lot of these things, you know, they have a human hand that comes in contact with the issue, and it's a lack of our responsibility, or maybe us kind of going over the top with our overusing our energy and not being good stewards of our resources. I believe that God, Almighty God, created the universe, and I believe that in His timing, everything will have all the resources that we need to have. I don't believe that God is a failure when it comes to planning. I mean, He spoke the universe into existence with the breath of His mouth. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He spoke the mountains and the seas and the oceans into place, the light and the day, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And when He came to creating humans, He fashioned and formed us with His hands, and He breathed into us the breath of life, and He created us in His likeness. In Genesis 1:26-28, it says, "Then God said, 'Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all creatures that move along the ground.' So God created man in His image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. God blessed them and said, 'Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves along the ground.'" God created us to be managers. He told us to fill the earth and subdue it. He gave us dominion over the earth, and he tells us that we are managers. We're to be good stewards of the world around us. Some of us get kind of ridiculous when we talk about being good stewardships, and we actually end up worshiping creation over our Creator, and we ended up lifting up trees and the mountains and water, even over human life. And that's just kind of one extreme, and it's ridiculous. Another extreme is to just take advantage over all the resources that God has given us. God has called us to be good stewards over this world. He's given us creativity to get uses out of the world and out of the materials of this world, but we have to use them with godly wisdom and do our best to love this world that we have, because it's a world that he created for us to enjoy. Another quote from that page, it said about environmental issues. It says the environment has changed over the past 3 decades. We're seeing problems of global warming, pollution, water problems, and endangered animals. Some species on the earth are no longer existing, and the reasons are rapid industrialization, huge population, oil spillage in the oceans, rapid mobilization of vehicles, acid rains due to volcanic eruptions, nuclear reactions, demand for fuel, and contamination of lakes and seas due to industrial waste. A remedy for environmental pollution can be as simple as reducing the use of fuels, electricity, and the conservation of clean water. Every person in the world has to think about future generations and take his individual responsibility seriously when it comes to being a good steward or manager over the world God has created for us. I'm Chris Knipp. This has been Environmental Issue Post number 8, Physical Science 152, Fall 2010. God bless you.